Hello, everyone. This is Michelle Merriweather, Vice President, Representative Development, and I'd like to thank you to the Thrive North American Power Smart Home launch. We're so excited that you could join us, and there is some great news and information that is going to be shared with you. So I'm going to say, get ready, sit back, relax, and enjoy what we have to share with you. So I am going to turn it over right now to our co-founder and Chief Marketing Officer, Greg Breitbart.
Thank you, Michelle. Can you hear me?
I can hear you clear.
Great. I will try to be as enthusiastic as you are, but that'll be difficult. So I'm here on the call tonight to talk about the smart home category, home automation, and Vivint, and what that means for all of you guys. What is a smart home? That's a good place to start. We kind of joke inside the office sometimes a smart home is the opposite of a stupid home or a dumb home, and it's probably the opposite of most of your homes today. And hope actually probably not the people on this call, because so many of you have purchased Vivint systems for yourselves or for some of your friends and family to qualify you to take advantage of this category. But for most people, the average person's home, when you know about everything that's available today with home automation, the average home is pretty dumb. So a smart home is something that is really, in that whole category, it's this new industry that did not exist just a couple years ago. And what it does, it allows the average homeowner to really take control of their home in a way that they've never been able to do before. So from things like controlling your thermostat on your phone or on this beautiful touchscreen panel, or being able to lock your doors from your bed without having to get up, or you could be on vacation and you could unlock the door for a friend. Being able to control outlets and control appliances on your phone wherever you are. So you leave the lights on and you go to work for the day and you forgot to turn down the temperature and it's the middle of the summer. At work, you can be sitting at your desk, you can raise the temperature, save yourself money, you can turn off the lights that you forgot to turn off, all from your desk at your office or on vacation or wherever you are. It's about control, and it makes people's lives a little bit easier, a little bit better, more enjoyable, and can save you money, can save you time. And with the partner that we've chosen, it can also save a life, because for us it comes paired with home security, which is such an important thing to have if you're a homeowner. So the next thing I want to talk about is why we chose Thrive, or why we chose smart home as a category. And we didn't just decide to do this one day. There was a lot of thought that was put into it. So we'd heard about smart home, and we'd made this decision to expand from just North American Power to Thrive and to go into new categories. And in looking at what categories we wanted to go into, smart home was an obvious choice, but it wasn't as obvious as it may seem today, because there's a lot of other people in this space, and there was a couple things that we needed to be able to figure out in order to effectively do this. And one of those things was we needed to find a partner that could pay out enough commissions to us so that in turn we could pay out commissions to the field and make this worthwhile. And so that eliminated several different partners. We also needed to find a company and a partner that had an advantage, that was going to be unique, that set them apart, because there's so many impressive, talented companies getting into this space that we didn't want to set ourselves up to create a lot of excitement to then have Apple or Google come out with something and we're behind the pack. And so we love the industry. It's taking off. It's going from basically nothing a couple of years ago to a $70 billion industry by 2018. Probably one of the fastest growing industries in the United States. So we wanted to do it, but we needed to find a partner that we could do it with that made sense. And so that leads us into why we partnered with Vivint. So when we thought about doing this category, we researched the space and we saw a lot of different companies getting into it. Google bought Nest for $3.2 billion. Samsung bought a company called SmartThings to do home automation. Apple has developed something called HomeKit that's going to help control some smart appliances on your phone. Home Depot is getting into this, Lowe's, Verizon, AT&T, Time Warner. Everyone you can think of is trying to get a piece of this incredibly fast-growing industry. And so what we needed to know when we went out to visit Vivint was, how is Vivint different, and how are they unique, and what sets them apart, and how are they going to compete with companies like Apple and Google? It sounds impossible. So that was one of the first things we asked when we went out there. We had a great trip. We have a beautiful facility. Vivint is really an incredible company. And we asked them this question: how are you guys going to compete? And they told us something that really, just made us realize right then when they answered the question, this is it. This is our partner, and this is going to be incredible for our representatives. And what they explained was what makes them unique within the home security space doing home automation, and also how they compete against all these other technology companies. And essentially it comes down to two things. One is for the companies like Apple and Samsung and Google and Nest that are selling these individual appliances, this kind of do-it-yourself smart home. If you want to actually create that, if the average person wants to actually create that home that they're selling, you have to go out and buy thousands of dollars of equipment. You then have to bring it home to your house and have somebody come out, maybe two different people come out, a locksmith to do your doors, somebody to do your electrician to do your thermostat. Now you're out of pocket a couple $1,000s. You've had multiple visits from people trying to install this, and now you have 4 or 5 different applications on your phone to control all these things. Some people may do that, but the average person will never do that, and that's just the reality of the situation. So, they'll sell Nest thermostats, they'll sell these things, but they're not going to sell them to the average home, and that's what we're looking at. So then, how does Vivint have an advantage there? What Vivint has that no one else has in the space is they have a network of installers across all 50 states through their security business, where they can leverage that installer network to be able to provide installations of smart homes to the average consumer. And with the packages that they provide, and we'll get more into this later, the packages they provide come with free equipment, so it's much more viable for the average home to get into this. And so that leads us to the next category here, and to talk about that is Joel Bernson, our head of product development.
Thank you very much, Greg. Good evening, everyone. We're very excited to be at this point. I know a lot of you guys have been supporting us through the pre-launch, and really the response has been incredible. I've heard great stories and testimonials of people and their systems. There's so many of you who've signed up and participated, and we're very excited to now be at the point where we're ready to turn this on for customers. It's a great day in the history of Thrive and of the history of North American Power. So I just want to go over who Vivint is a little bit to give you guys a little bit of more color on why we did partner with them. Greg touched on a lot of reasons. They really did impress us when we went out and met with them in person. They obviously are cutting edge when it comes to their technology. They're actually the largest home automation company in North America. There's other companies in their space who've been around for a lot longer. I won't name names, but they just haven't ever made home automation a priority. They've been content to offer security equipment that's now probably 20 years old from a technology perspective, and really never been focused on taking that leap forward from a product evolution perspective. And Vivint dove in headfirst when they saw this trend starting to emerge. So they're cutting edge. They're the second largest and the fastest growing security provider, and they've installed over 1 million systems so far around the country. They have over 90% satisfaction. That's really across every touch point that they have, from ordering the system to installing the system to, when you actually have an emergency. At the end of the day, it's all great if this equipment's pretty, but if it doesn't help you when you really need it, you have an issue. So they're great. They care about every touch point that they have, and they've really invested in their platform. Some of you may know, we won or were recognized by Forbes in 2012 as one of America's most promising companies. Vivint wasn't far behind us. The next year they made that list as well, which, for us, we know how hard it is to be recognized like that, and for us that tells us a lot about who they are as an organization as well. You see a couple images on this slide showing different aspects of the system. There's the panel that actually goes on your wall, and then there's a smartphone and a laptop. Their entire system is just completely integrated in a way that no other system is. They have all proprietary technology, from the hardware to the software. Everything that they put together for their systems is basically in-house and custom-made, which makes it a much better experience than a lot of the other programs that you could sign up for, or things that you could do from a DIY perspective, where you're piecing things together and they're not going to be as compatible. So they've really thought it through and made it end-to-end, and I'll actually touch on that a little more on the next slide as well. This is about what makes Vivint unique. There's a number of components that go into your smart home system from Vivint, and they really take a end-to-end vertically integrated approach to it. So if you want to control your system remotely, you can do it by mobile, you can do it through a laptop. You can get alerts from your system notifying you, when something happens, whether that's the thermostat adjusting the temperature, or someone coming home and you get a video of them walking through the door. You can control the thermostat through your panel, through the thermostat, or like Greg mentioned, when you're out at the office and you realize you have the air on at the wrong time of the day. It's an incredible system, really well thought through, and they say this, and it's really not puffery because it's the truth. They're the first organization to put together a smart home system that really understands you and the things that make you unique. It's a system that's going to be developed just for you. When they put your order together, they're setting up your system over the phone based on what your house is and what your lifestyle is. And when they install it, it's the same thing, and then you can continue to customize it and make it learn new things the whole time you own it. So it's a really incredible platform. We're really excited to be partnered with them because of that, and they are really committed to being the best company in the space. Obviously, a lot of you guys have signed up for Vivint systems, so we know that you guys are interested in a smart home, but I think it's important for you guys to figure out who you know that could be interested in a smart home, and it's really a lot of people. The list that you see on the screen right now just shows a few of the criteria where if you can think of people that match one or more of those criteria, you have a pretty good idea of who to talk to about a Vivint system. Really, any homeowner is going to be interested in this. If you know parents or people that may have aging parents, and they're just concerned about their family's well-being and safety, or they're concerned about protecting their property and their valuables, a smart home makes a lot of sense to them because of the security aspects of it. Anyone who's got an existing alarm or security system. There's a lot of people out there that do, and almost all of them have an old, I'm going to call it a dumb system. It's not anything like what we're offering. The good news is Vivint can probably use a lot of the stuff that they've already had installed, so they've got a great starting point to building a new, better system. But the brains of that system is nothing like what the new systems are like, and nothing like what Vivint offers through Vivint Sky. So anyone who's got an existing alarm system, if you've got one from Vivint, show them what you can do on your smartphone, and they'll be like, can your alarm system do this? They'll say, I don't think so. How did you get that? So it's definitely worth talking to people with existing systems. A lot of you guys know tech enthusiasts. They want the latest iPhone or the latest Android every time it comes out. Those are the same types of people that are going to be very interested in seeing what a smart home can do to make their life more enjoyable and convenient. Then another category of people, if people are regularly traveling for work or pleasure, they're going to want to make sure that their home is safe, that they're able to check in, and if someone needs to get in the house, that they can let them in. Really great prospect for a smart home. So anybody that you know that fits at least one of those criteria, it's worth having a conversation. There's a lot of people out there that meet those criteria. Real quick on what the packages are. Some of you may know these already, but in case you don't, there's 3 packages. that Vivint offers sort of out of the box, and really every one of these gets customized to meet your needs. If you need additional equipment, they can add that to it. If you need less equipment, they'll figure that out as well. But in every case, they're going to give you at least $1,300 in free equipment with any of the packages. We and Vivint want you to be able to choose, and your customers to choose, the systems that make sense for you and your customers. We don't want to force you into always choosing the highest package. We're not providing different commission levels based on the package. It's really about what makes sense for you. Some people don't need the full package. A lot of people see what's included in that, and that's all that they want. So we want to make it available, whatever makes sense for that customer. And any of those packages will qualify a representative for the smart home category. Any of those packages will pay the same commission, which Greg will go over in a little more detail in a second. The packages, they start with basic security. That is for $53.99 a month with a contract. There's a regularly priced a $99 installation fee. I'm going to talk about what all the regularly priced options are. As Thrive, we're always going to have some sort of special offer for you or your customers. So from time to time, you'll see different offers out there. I'm just telling you what's the standard offer. We're going to have something special pretty much all the time, so don't be surprised if you see a better deal posted in real life than I'm showing in the slides here. Energy management includes whatever equipment you would have in the home security package, plus the smart thermostat, a light module or appliance module that lets you control your lights or an appliance remotely, and some energy efficient light bulbs. That's $59.99 a month, or $149 for the installation. And then their top of the line package is their home automation. It includes everything in the two other packages, as well as a video camera and an automatic door lock. That goes for $69.99 a month, and it's $199 regularly for the installation fee, installation and activation fee. So as Greg mentioned, you get this free equipment. You're getting a professional technician who's going to spend hours at your house getting the system set up exactly like it should be for you. I don't know about you, I can't bring my car to the garage without spending $500, seems like, even if it's just an oil change. So to have a professional technician come out and spend that type of time to make sure the system's installed right, to me, is one of the biggest values you get from Vivint. The next thing, and probably one of the most important things we want to talk about on tonight's call, is how you enroll with Vivint, how you as a rep enroll with Vivint and qualify for the category, and how you enroll customers for the category for Vivint as well. There are two separate processes that we're going to outline, and it's really important that you use the right one. So if you're trying to refer a customer, make sure that you use that customer referral path. If you're trying to personally qualify yourself, make sure that either you or your personal qualifying customer use the right process for that enrollment as well. It's absolutely critical. It really, all the tracking that we have set up on the back end is tied to this, so it saves a lot of headaches on the back end if we can enroll the person the right way the first time. So if you're a Thrive representative and you want to personally qualify yourself, you have a personal qualifying customer, or you yourself want to sign up and get a Vivint system, there's a toll-free number that you'll see on the screen that you can call. When you call that number, you're going to provide your Thrive rep ID as part of that order. It's absolutely critical that you provide that rep ID, because that makes sure that you're the one that gets qualified. I can only get qualified so many times, so I don't need any more help. You can also go to your back office and you can click the link to sign up for Vivint. You'll see a banner when you go into your back office if you haven't already signed up for Vivint with instructions for how to sign up. You'll also see a widget that'll show whether or not you're qualified. So any of you who've already signed up for Vivint, you should see a status that shows either pending qualified if your system was ordered but it hasn't been installed yet, or qualified if your system was installed. If you don't see that and it says you're not qualified, you just got to call the number or click the link to get the process started to sign up. And like I mentioned before, as you sign up, you need to provide your Thrive rep ID as part of that order process, so we track it back to you. The other process, if you're referring a customer and they want to sign up to become a customer, they're not a Thrive rep, they're not interested in being a Thrive rep, they just want to get a system, you're going to give them your personal Thrive website, which is thrivehome.com, and then it's your rep ID to track it to you. And I just want to remind everyone again, this is not how you sign up your personal qualifying customer. That's through the back office. The customer can call the toll-free number, and they'll speak to a Thrive SmartHome consultant and be more than happy to help them get signed up. They can also fill out a quote, a form and get a quote. The rep will call the Vivint consultant will call them back and talk with them, figure out what their system needs are, and then they'll give them a quote, and then they can sign up at that point. In either case, whether they call directly or they get a call back from Vivint, they're going to need to provide your Thrive rep ID as the person who referred them in order to finish the order, and that's how it gets tracked to you as your customer. Vivint consultants are available every day of the week from 8 a.m. to midnight Eastern time, so plenty of time to make an order. You know, if you have a conversation with someone in the evening and they want to sign up that night, they can definitely do that. I'm just going to walk you through a couple screenshots here. This is what our Thrive SmartHome website looks like for you. So you're going to come here, thrivehome.com/your-rep-ID. This is where your customer will land. They're going to see an option either to go learn about North American Power. We're not asking you to use this as your primary way to sign people up for North American Power. Continue to do that the way you normally would, but we just wanted to make sure that this was available if someone did want to learn more about North American Power. What they're going to do is they're going to go to the Smart Home link on the right. They're going to click Continue. When they click that, there's going to be a little pop-up that shows just confirming that they're going to be signing up as a customer underneath your rep ID. This is really more than anything here to make sure that we don't have representatives signing up through this to try to personally qualify, because we want to make sure the tracking is accurate. So you'll see there's a little note on this that says, representatives, please order through your back office. And then there's a link to the back office. So if it's a customer, they're looking to sign up, they're just going to click Continue as Customer. If you're a rep, this is sort of your last chance to remind yourself, nope, that's not how I'm supposed to do it. So one of the reasons this is real important is because during the pre-launch, everybody that signed up during the pre-launch, they came to this website and clicked over, and that's how they found out about Thrive Smart Home. They found out about Vivint, and then they called a toll-free number. It's a different toll-free number for customers than it was for reps to qualify, which is good, but we want to make sure there's no confusion going forward for people that this is only for customers who are coming in as a referral. They're not people personally qualifying. That's done through the back office. And then they'll see, after this, they'll see a page that says, Welcome Thrive Customers. Get the special offer, and it'll show whatever the special offer is. Like right now, the one that's posted is half off your activation. From time to time, there'll be another offer that's up there as well. We're always going to have a special offer that they wouldn't get if they went to Vivint directly. So you always have something special to offer. And you can see they can call directly, call the toll-free number, or fill out the form and get a call back. So like I mentioned, reps go through the back office. You'll see a banner if you haven't signed up for Vivint yet that instructs you how to do it. And then if you have customers, send them to your thrivehome.com site. And I'm going to now turn it back over to Greg. He's got some details on commissions and other things.
Thank you, Joel. That was a lot to cover, and you did a great job there. I get to talk about the most fun part now, which is compensation. So if you guys were at conference, you saw the initial introduction of the new compensation for this category and for Vivint. And if you are alive and you're in this business, you've seen it since then if you weren't at conference. It's really exciting stuff. Vivint and the smart home category, for every part of compensation, is either the max payout we currently have or something bigger than what we've ever paid out. So for Fast Start, Vivint customers and the smart home category will count for 40 Fast Start points. That's twice as much as an energy customer, 4 times as much as an American Wind customer, and more than we've ever counted for a single customer. As you guys know, Fast Starts start at 50 points. you are 4/5 of the way there, you can get a fast start with a Vivint customer and just a regular American Wind customer. That could even be the same person in a lot of cases. And so what this means is you can talk to less people and get paid more money from those same conversations. So really exciting stuff. If you sign up 5 Vivint customers, that's 200 fast start points, and they add up quickly at 40 points apiece. We also, for rank advance and bonuses, this is a rank advance that's a bonus we rolled out a little over a year ago. This has become a huge part of what we do. We've paid out lots and lots of money. Hundreds and hundreds of people have earned these bonuses. It's part of what drives our business. And we are now, for this product, offering 2 customer points for every Vivint customer. So you have to do half as much work with Vivint as you've had to do with energy. That's an amazing thing. People hit rank advancement bonuses faster. More people will hit the accelerated bonuses, and it'll be easier for people to reach these ranks and to hit these bonuses. So that's another great thing. That's twice as much as any customer counts for. Lastly, we have ARCs and residual commissions. These are both for the ARC bonus, it's $16. That's the most we pay out for anything. That's equivalent to energy. And for residual, we pay out the same as we pay out for the average energy customer for 42 months. And 42 months may sound less than unlimited or forever, but anyone who's been in the business knows that energy customers don't always stay forever. Some will, but some don't. And 42 months is actually extremely meaningful. And we really see it being very similar from a residual standpoint of energy. So if you build a big business of Vivint customers, that residual can be very, very significant, the same as it is for energy. So who is qualified to earn these commissions? For most of the commissions, you have to be Thrive SmartHome qualified, and that means you need a Vivint installation yourself, or you need a person who has installed that as your personal customer. And there's one bonus. So for residual, you need to be a customer. For ARCs, you need to be a customer. For rank advancement, you need to be a customer. However, for fast start bonuses, anyone is available, or anybody is eligible to earn commissions and have those 40 points count in their fast start period. You don't have to buy Vivint in your first week. You can join as a new rep, and the next day you can sign someone up for Vivint. It's going to count as 40 points for you, even if you don't have the system yourself and you're not qualified. But over time, you're definitely going to want to qualify so you can earn the rest of those commissions. We will also do promotions from time to time for Vivint, and in some cases, you may need to be qualified to earn the commissions on the promotion. So there's a strong incentive to qualify. If you're on the call tonight, I assume most of you are probably qualified, and you're on this call for a reason. But for those of you who aren't, get qualified when it makes sense. For me, it would make sense right now. It would make sense tomorrow, but whenever it makes sense for you, it's a great opportunity. So we rolled out something earlier this month called Too Smart to Miss. And one of the key words here is 2, or it's a key number, I guess. And what this promotion was for energy was, and it wasn't something new for us. We've done it before, and we brought it back because it was so successful. We gave everybody 1 day, after we did this call, we gave everybody 1 day to get 1 customer for electricity or gas and get paid $100 for that customer. And we had over 1,000 people do this. It's incredible. It was just a great promotion. If it just ended there, it would be awesome and it would be very successful. But it doesn't end there, and that's one of the reasons why we're on the call tonight. So we're introducing the second part of Too Smart to Miss, which is an ability to refer a customer for Vivint over the first 3 days of our launch and earn a commission for that. And as we said, and I think I may have been the one to hint at this on the original promotion call, this will be our most lucrative promotion we've ever done. So if we can go to the next slide here, you'll see that we will be offering representatives who are qualified for the smart home category, $150 per Vivint installation, and that is not the same as the first part of the promotion where you could only refer one person. That is an unlimited amount of referrals. So I've talked to a lot of representatives that already have their first few customers lined up. I talked to one representative the other day who said they have 3 people lined up. They're going to make $450 probably in one day if they've already gotten those people lined up. That's a lot of money for just referring somebody to a phone number or a landing page to request a phone call. That's a very little amount of effort, very little amount of time for a lot of reward, and we are expecting really strong results from this promotion. We are also, because we didn't want to leave the people out who haven't qualified for the smart home category yet, we are also opening this up for any representative in the company, that includes those who are not qualified for the smart home category, to refer customers as well. But the difference being is that they will only get, and I say only, that's a nice only, they will only get $100 per Vivint installation in that 3-day period. So if we had done this for energy and we said you can enroll an unlimited amount of customers and get $100 per customer, I can't even imagine how many enrollments we would have had over a 3-day period, let alone a 1-day period. This could be one of our biggest promotions we've ever done. It's certainly our most lucrative per customer. To add to that, and you've probably already read this on the slide, we, meaning us and Vivint, our partner here, will be offering free activation and free installation during this period on any system that is installed. That's a savings of up to $200. What that essentially means is that nobody has to pay anything to get these systems. Now, if you live in a mansion, you may have to get some extra equipment, but for the average person, that means this is a free installation, free activation. You can go from having a dumb home today to tomorrow having a smart home, and you don't have to write a single check. You just have to pay the monthly bill when it comes the following month. That also includes the same free $1,300 of free equipment, and that's for the lowest plan. It can actually be a lot more than that. So it's an amazing offer where you get paid $150 or $100. Your customer's getting a smart home with no money down, no money up front. They just have to pay the monthly bill, and $1,300 minimum of free equipment. So full details are available at thrive.community.com or thrive.community. And we are very, very, very excited here internally, and I think you guys are going to do great with this promotion, and I can't wait to sit on my computer for the next 3 days and watch all of these enrollments come in, and then I can't wait to talk to Brad and figure out how much money we'll be paying out for this in the next week. So that is the Too Smart to Miss promotion and part 2. The last thing that I want to talk about is probably the worst kept secret in the history of North American Power and Thrive, and that is Thrive Live, which is an event that we'll be holding in Stamford, Connecticut on December 6th. Date probably sounds familiar for some of the people on the call. December 6th, 2014, that's a Saturday. This event will be at the Crown Plaza Hotel, and it will begin at 10 a.m. and go until 1 p.m. with a meet and greet at 9:30. So what is the Thrive Live event? I wish I could tell you all of the details. I can give you some hints. This will be an event that you'll want to be at. You'll want to be a part of. We have been doing a lot of new things. We have a new brand in Thrive. We have a new category in Smart Home, and we've renamed our original category Sustainable Home. I can't say exactly what this event will be for, but it may have something to do with some of the other changes that have been going on. And it'll be the first opportunity to really, really get a sneak peek of what the Thrive experience is going to be like going forward, and more clarity and more details about what lies ahead. So I hope to see as many of you guys there as possible, and it's going to be a great event. It's going to be a fun event, and you will want to be there. You don't want to miss it. So that is the Thrive Live event. That's December 6th, Saturday, December 6th, 2014, in Stamford, Connecticut. For the last part of the call, I want to bring on one of my favorite people, Regional Director and Special Advisor to the company, Bob Heilig. Bobby, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Greg. Can you hear me?
I can.
Great. Well, I thank you for the introduction, and I got to say that I'm really just incredibly. I'm not as excited as Michelle, but I'm pretty excited, really about just where we are as a company. I mean, this really is a historic day for North American Power and Thrive. I think, to me, this is the very beginning of the transformation of us going from a energy company, North American Power, to Thrive, an opportunity that allows people like you and I to, be able to profit and make money from some of the fastest growing industries and cutting edge technologies, literally all over the world. And I think what I'm excited about is really to be able to have an opportunity now, because of Vivint and because of this new category, that I can build a business all over the country. I have no limitations in terms of if a state is deregulated for energy or not. If somebody calls me and says, hey, I have a friend or a family member that lives in Las Vegas that's interested in the opportunity, I have something that I can offer them now. So that's huge. But just talking a little bit about really from a field perspective, really some of the things that I see in terms of how do we take advantage of this promotion and how do we position Vivint moving forward in terms of what we do, whether you're in the energy footprint or whether you're outside of it. The first thing that I would say, and both Joel and Greg have already stated this, is if you haven't had an opportunity to qualify yourself, make sure you do that, whether it's purchasing the system for yourself or finding a customer that you can refer to get qualified. For me personally, I wasn't able to get the system because I live in a high-rise in Center City, but I got it from my parents. So obviously get that done, but then to be able to take advantage of this promotion where you're literally getting $150 for every single person that you can sign up here over the next 3 days. Here's what I would be thinking about, and Joel said it. Think about the people that have families, people that are possibly elderly. My parents right away came to mind. People that are technology savvy, that travel a lot. I would literally be talking to as many people as humanly possible, sharing the Vivint video that the company created, which I think does an incredible job of painting the vision of what the product does. If you are in a position where you have the product personally, getting in front of people, showing them the app, demonstrating the product to them. I don't think there's any other way to create better way to create value. And think about it. You sign up a couple people a day, literally makes 6 or 12 phone calls a day. You sign up 2 or 3 people a day. There are going to be people that literally make thousands of dollars in commissions, and then to take into account that it doesn't cost you a cent to get set up with this system. There's no installation fee. You get $1,300 worth of free equipment. If you can't sell that to somebody that falls into one of those categories, then I don't know what you can. So, obviously you want to just talk to as many people as possible. One of the things that I would do from a strategy perspective is if you're in the business and you've got people that are on your team that are no longer engaged for whatever reason, go back to them. Share with them the excitement of these new product categories and the vision of where Thrive is headed. I already have some people in my business that got the Vivint system installed and now they're excited about the opportunity again. So use that as a chance to be able to go back to some existing people and get them excited about the new opportunity that we have. Outside of the promotional period, one of the things that I would recommend is really looking at this product 2 different ways. You have people that are outside of the energy footprint. Most of you have been using American Wind to build your business. Obviously, you'll continue to still tell that story. But I think Vivint now is also another really powerful way to start a conversation with somebody, to introduce them to, to the opportunity. Talk a little bit about the industry of home automation and the fact of the, how big it's going to be, and the fact that you can get involved at the very ground floor, start a business of your own in this space without having to spend any money to do that. Having the actual app that you can show somebody. I think one of the problems, or one of the challenges with American Wind, is it's hard for people to really understand what it is. Well, with a product like this, if you have the app right on your phone and you can, pull up the camera stream and unlock and lock your doors and change your thermostat right there, it's such a really incredible way to demonstrate what we do. And it's something that we haven't had because electricity is not tangible. American Wind is not necessarily tangible. This is our first product that really allows us to demonstrate, the value of what it provides. People that are in the energy footprint, outside of this promotional period, the way that I'll be positioning this is, really using Vivint as a way when I have somebody that comes into the business and they're, expressing the interest to be more of a rep, they want to build a business. What I'm doing is I'm positioning this as just an additional product that they can purchase to maximize the financial opportunity. Here's why that's so exciting. Imagine a situation where you sign me up into the business and I sign up with my gas and electric bill, and that counts as, potentially 40 fast start points for you. It's 2 customers for rank advancement. And then I purchase my Vivint system, which is another 40 points for fast start, and another 2 customers. I mean, imagine every single rep coming into your business being worth 4 points for rank advancement bonuses, for fast start. I mean, when you start to understand the vision of where this company is headed, guys, you're going to literally be able to, rank advance to manager with 2 or 3 people in 3 separate groups based off of them purchasing additional products that we have. All that's going to do is pay you more residual income. Your residuals are going to go from 25 to 50 cents per person to, at some point, $2 to $3 for every household that's coming into your network. You can't imagine what that'll do for you long term. And then the other side of it is this. I would really, for the customer experience, I wouldn't necessarily be selling Vivint up front in the energy footprint because obviously energy it's a simpler conversation. It's a little bit, of an easier sell in terms of somebody signing up, but just using Vivint as an add-on for reps, using it for people that for whatever reason don't want to become an energy customer. Maybe they've had a bad experience with a supplier, or whatever the reason might be, offer this Vivint technology, especially if they fall into one of those categories of the people that, are good potential prospects. And then, like I mentioned before, going back to people that you've already talked to. Maybe you've presented the energy opportunity to people a half dozen times and they've told you no. Well, this is a totally new story. So position this as, listen, this company is transforming. We're becoming more than an energy company. We're getting into all these new industries, and being able to just share new information with somebody potentially could have them take a look at it in a different way. So, those are just a couple of tips from training, but just to, reiterate, I've never been more excited about this company and this opportunity. I've never been more certain that I'm at the right place at the right time. Guys, if there's ever been a time for you to actually go to work, put your head down, commit, I mean, this really is the very, very beginning. And I'm telling you guys, this is a company, and I speak from experience, that if you're willing to do the work and you're willing to have faith and commit yourself, your life can change, literally financially. My life has changed. My parents, my family, all of their lives are changed financially because of this company. And I'm no better than you. I'm just somebody that's, really worked hard over the last 4 years, developed a network of almost 50,000 customers. Let me ask you this. How excited would you be if whatever the next product that comes out is, that you have 1,000 people on your team, you've got 5,000 people on your team. Imagine if you had 1,000 people in your network and we brought Vivint out, and literally 200 or 300 of them just signed up as a customer, what that would mean for you in terms of your income. That's what we're looking to build here, guys, is we're building distribution. You're building a business at some point that is literally going to pay you all over the world while you're sleeping, giving you the financial, stability, and for some of you, financial freedom that you really seek. So that's my 2 cents, guys. So I guess I'll kick it back over to who? Back to Michelle.
You can kick it back to me.
It's kicked.
So, everyone, you heard all the wonderful things that Vivid had to offer, and you also had an opportunity to hear about the Thrive Smart Home launch. I'd like to definitely thank my friends that joined today. Greg, you still there, Greg?
I am.
Greg, Joel,
I didn't drop off. I'm still here.
and Bob.
I'm here.
Thank you for everything. Definitely, we wish you the best of success, and definitely, again, take full advantage of Thrive Smart Home. Thanks, everyone.